Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. As we start our ascent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Co-pilot here. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins.
Please enjoy our selection of in-flight entertainment we've selected for you today.
Thank you and enjoy the flight. This is Pilot School. Whoa, we're back. Whoa.
Really intense opener.
Yeah. Lindsay, we've made a horrible error.
What?
Just a terrible error. We talked about the mashed potato video last week, but didn't explain it to people. I just said mashed potatoes, and you were like, "That was Will Ferrell."
Were people confused?
Someone asked me about it.
Really?
Yes. It's a video of a man who goes to golf tournaments and yells mashed potatoes when people take a swing.
And it's like they get mad, but it's like he does it. He makes sure he waits until the ball's in the air. So it's like it's not messing. Like Tiger Woods, stop getting angry. It's not messing up your swing.
Is Tiger Woods actually upset about it?
Have you seen in one of the videos? Tiger Woods gets mad.
I have not seen that.
He gets so mad. Yeah, it's.
All right.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah, I'm still convinced it's Will Ferrell.
Okay, yeah. But for those confused last week, you waited, you asked, and here it is, the explanation.
There's your answer.
If you look up mashed potatoes golf on YouTube,
yeah, it's literally
it'll come up.
You'll get a few of them, I think.
Yeah.
But there's a compilation. It's
we've also
stuff.
made another horrible error.
What's that?
In that this episode's going to go up on a Monday and not a Saturday or a Sunday. Because somebody
Lindsay
couldn't get herself out of bed to get here.
Look, listen. Your girl doesn't use alarms because I like sleep. However, I knew this was important. I love pilot school. I love being here. So I set my alarm for 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Accidentally set it for 11 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, instead of the a.m. where we...
I woke up at 3 o'clock, and I was like, uh-oh, too late, and then,
Yeah, because I had work in an hour, and it would have taken you that long to get here and get set up.
To get here.
Yeah.
In the rain. It took me half an hour today, I think.
Yeah.
A little less than that.
About
and I got coffee, so around that.
Yeah.
Anywho,
welcome to Pilot School. My name's Calvin Nemeke.
I'm Lindsay. Dress.
I'm Lindsay. Dress.
I'm Lindsay. I'm telling you to get dressed. Dress for success.
With
my
Lindsay
brother. My brother wants.
That's your new solo podcast.
We're gonna take this out because I don't want people knowing. My brother wants to run for president one day, and he wants that to be his slogan: "Dress for success."
I'm leaving that in.
Okay, you can put that at the end.
Okay. No, I'm going to leave it in right where it is.
No, someone's going to steal it. Someone's going to change their last name to Dress.
Doesn't matter where we put it. Someone will steal it either way, Lindsay.
Yeah, it probably already exists. I mean, it's already a saying.
Yeah.
But it just exists as our last name.
Yeah,
so,
but that's
don't change your last name to Dress, or people are going to make a lot of dressing jokes. They don't even make fun of, in elementary school and stuff, nobody was ever oh, Lindsay Dress? Haha, what about Lindsay Pants? I got Lindsay Shirt sometimes.
Lindsay Shirt.
But, people would be like, oh, Lindsay Ranch Dressing, and it's you have so many opportunities with my actual last name. Why? Everyone, Lindsay Dressing? Come on!
It's because
you got so many options.
It's because you're white, and white people love ranch dressing.
I do.
Yeah, I do, too. That's an accurate stereotype. You drink ranch dressing?
No. Have you ever had Ken's Ranch?
No.
Oh, sponsored by Ken's Ranch. No, I wish. It's so good. I could drink that. I could drink Ken's Ranch. You've been to Jose Tejas, right?
Yeah.
It's like their ranch.
Yes.
Do you get, the ranch with their chips?
Yeah.
Always, if you ever go to Jose Tejas, I don't care if you don't live in New Jersey, come to New Jersey.
Come to New Jersey.
Go to Jose Tejas. One of two in the country. Go to it. I like the salsa too. Don't eat the salsa with your chips. Ask for the ranch. It's drinkable. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's
There's a really old YouTube video on my channel. I think it's the first one on my channel. And about halfway through it, like the video is us like paying my friend Angel $3 to eat a cup of jalapeno peppers.
Oh.
And then like halfway through the video, I go, "Hey Tyler, how much would you pay me to drink this ranch dressing?" And he says, "I would pay you nothing because you would do that anyway." And he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
let's
our
get into
opener
pilot
about
school.
ranch dressing. We didn't even explain what pilot school is yet.
No.
Each week, Lindsay and I both watch a pilot episode of a television show, badly describe it to each other,
Oh, yeah.
and then we try to guess what the other person watched. And after that, we mash them together and make a funny show, such as Nay's Anatomy, which was
Oh, yeah.
a
Quality.
fucking winner.
That's quality.
A winner.
That's going to be our high point forever.
Yeah, we peaked at episode 3.
Yeah.
Accidentally. All right, let's get right into it. Hello.
You're going to start us off.
I'm gonna start.
Well, I started off last week.
Okay, that's a good point.
Just got to alternate.
Yeah. Okay. I took notes this week, listeners. I did a good job. I was a good lad. So I'm going to start this off by saying, you know how sometimes people call female comedians comedians?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, with 2 N's and
Yeah.
like French.
Yeah. Like, I named the main character of this episode Comedy Ann.
Comedy Ann. All right. All right.
Comedy Ann. She's our main character. She is living in New York.
Okay.
She is a writer.
I was gonna say something. Seinfeld. And I
It's
didn't.
not
All right,
Seinfeld.
you said New York, and I had 2 friends.
It's not that either.
'Cause that's why I was restraining myself, but I had to say it. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You could. Okay.
Yeah. Comedy Ann is a writer for I'm gonna call it a kind of funny TV show. It's kind of like an SNL type show.
Sunny with a Chance.
It's not
That's
Sunny
so
with
random.
a Chance. No. No. Comedy Ann is a writer for this kind of funny show.
Okay.
She lives in New York. She's college educated. She's a feminist type, which I'm like behind, you know.
Okay.
She's okay. The first scene in the entire series is fantastic. She's in line to get a hot dog at a hot dog cart,
Okay.
and somebody cuts her in line and says, "Oh, lady, there's 2 lines here," like just as like an excuse to like get a hot dog first. And she's like, "What are you doing? Like, get in line. We're waiting here for hot dogs." And then other people start to move into the other line, and she's like, "What? Don't let him do this."
Yeah.
And she's next in line. Like, she was already getting helped, like, before this guy. So she's just like, "Hello, I'd like to buy every hot dog."
That's
She buys
so
all the
funny.
hot dogs
Oh my
and hands them
God.
out to good people. She hands them out to everyone who is in her line, and then hands them out to
That
like
is so
homeless
funny.
people, brings them to work.
That's amazing.
She buys all the hot dogs.
Oh my God, I would do that. I would so do that.
Yeah. Now there's another character who's introduced in the next scene. And I'll call her Regina George because that's who she reminded me of. Just
She's a meanie.
she's a diva. She's a diva. She's the star of the show, and she knows it. I wrote big old div, but I think I meant big old diva. Yeah, she wants the limelight, you know.
Okay.
And then we are introduced to another character who's my favorite on the show. I called him Chippy because he's got a real chip on his shoulder. He's chipper. He's ready to
Chip
go.
on your shoulder means that you're upset all the time.
Never mind. He doesn't have a chip on
Big
his.
difference
He's
from being
chipper.
chip on your shoulder.
I've been using that phrase wrong for my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
Okay.
Chip on your shoulder.
Well,
is
he's
like
chipper.
being upset.
He's
chipper
chipper.
is different than chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's why I associated him. He's the best
Yeah.
character. He's
Lots
like
of chips in the
he's
world.
just an intern or something.
Mhm.
I wrote he's an intern or something. They say later he's a page. God loves him and crafted him in his image. And he loves television, and that's just like his whole deal.
I might know what show this is, but I'm just gonna let you keep going.
Yeah, because we've only been going for 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
And I don't want to
and half of that was us talking about ranch dressing.
Yeah, I don't want to go too soon, and like I can't think of the name of the show, but
you'll get it.
I do, but like
yeah. Okay, so there's another character. I called him.
Just picture their faces too.
I called him Bald Man. He's a producer on the show. He's kind of bland.
Oh.
And puts up with Comedy Anne's shenanigans. He's like her foil character? Not her foil character. He's just like her number 2, you know, like second in charge. Yeah. So then there's the writing team there, which is composed of a black Harvard graduate, and like people kind of point him out and like use him as the butt of jokes, which I didn't like. And then
this is different than what I thought it is, but now I think I know what it is.
All right, and there's also Dude Bro Neckbeard, but with no beard.
Dude Bro Neckbeard, what a name!
Yeah.
Wait, he's Dude Bro Neckbeard, but doesn't have a neckbeard.
He just reminded me of that kind of guy. He wears.
I don't know what that was. Darth Vader just possessed me.
There's an intern who's supposed to be like 17, I think, but she's like way too sexualized, and that's the whole joke about her character, which is like it sucks. Yeah. That's like such a shitty character.
She's like
yeah.
Okay.
And there's like an actor on the show who I described as a Bill Hader type.
Oh, I love Bill Hader.
Yeah, only he's young, he's hip. He's not that young, but like he's, you know, he's like
old. I'm just kidding.
No, he's like, you know, those like the background people on SNL, like the guys who never really get to the front of the stage, but they're just like backup characters. Like he's one of them.
Oh, so he's like young like Pete Davidson, or
young like Pete Davidson, but
like
reminded me
Bobby
of
Moynihan.
young like Pete Davidson, but reminded me of Bill Hader.
Okay. Awesome. I love that we can use SNL people
as
references for age and hilarity.
There's a great scene with this guy where they're talking about a sketch for the show this week, and the writers are like, "Oh yeah, we're thinking about cutting your Jay Leno sketch," and he goes, "Oh well, why? I do a great Jay Leno impression," and it's like not good. It's not good.
Just like that. Like that's what it sounds like. That's so funny. Like he does like Scooby Doo's voice. Like, I'm a great Jay Leno.
Yeah, and then there's like at the end of the scene, it's funny because like they're like, "Oh yeah, maybe we'll like change it to like that Ray Romano scene." He goes, "Oh, Deborah, that's Robert. Deborah, it's me, Raymond. Deborah," and then Robert. "Oh, Raymond, I don't know."
Does he actually do that?
No, he
or
does.
Just showing off your,
I'm kind of showing
Ray
off, but he does the
skills?
Raymond impression very well.
Oh, awesome.
So he's just like
I
impressions
love that we talked
guy.
about that last week.
Yeah, he's impressions guy. Comedy Ann gets called up to the executive office. We're like finally getting to plot.
Ooh.
Comedy Ann gets called up to the executive office for a meeting with. Her and Bald Guy get called up.
Okay.
They find out that the old executive of the company has been fired. New corporate big cat takes his place.
Nice.
So Big Cat, I wrote he's
Big Cat.
Yeah,
Like
I called
from
him
Sonic.
Not Big the Cat.
Oh, okay.
Big because he's like a corporate. I'll call it Fat Cat is what I was looking for. Fat Cat. I wrote he's a douche and a Republican.
That's funny.
Very dry delivery. His assistant is probably gay for him, but he isn't because the writers wouldn't do the actual show writers wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't watched the whole show, but it just kind of felt that way to me.
Gotcha.
Fat Cat kind of rocks Comedy Ann's whole world and roasts her for no reason for like 5 whole minutes.
Nice.
He talks about General Electric, which he is also the president of that company. He talks about an oven that he like invented and marketed. And then I wrote, but why? Because it just seems like he's talking about this for no reason.
I'm sure that'll come up.
And then I wrote, he's an executive, that's why. He's now the head of television programming and microwave ovens for the company, which is ridiculous.
That's funny.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Regina George thinks she's getting fat, and meets with the feline actors that she's
That's
going to be working with
So
tonight.
funny that she's actually like Regina George.
Yes, yeah. And she meets with, I don't know if you heard this part, the feline actors that she's going to be working with in the sketch tonight.
Like actual cat.
Yeah, like this lady just brings cats into the room and is like, "Hey, these are your co-actors tonight. Get
Oh my
get to
God.
know them." So and I wrote, that's a whole scene that they cut away to. Character development. Like that, it was just that scene of her like looking in the mirror and being like, "Oh my God, am I getting bigger?" And then like the cats come in and she's like, "Oh, okay," and that's the whole scene. It's like, why was that there? All right, Fat Cat wants to change Comedy Ann's show by adding a big star into it. I called this big star Wild Card. She's a wild card. Comedy Ann decides to meet with him after being convinced by Fat Cat. So Comedy Ann goes downstairs, talks to Regina George, who is her best friend also. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay.
They talk about how Comedy Ann doesn't like Big Cat, and then has to like go out and get lunch with Wild Cards. So she talks to the costume department and is like, "Can you get me like a nice like dress to wear or something?" And they come back with like probably the ugliest suit I've ever seen. Like
Oh my God.
a dress jacket and skirt, but it's like bright pink and it looks like it's just horrible. It's horrible to look at. So then she goes out to get lunch with Wildcard. Wildcard, one of his first lines on the show is he's in this fancy restaurant and he says, "I'll take an apple juice." And then the waiter's like, "We don't have apple juice, sir." And he says, "Then I'll take a vodka and tonic."
Oh my God.
It was so choice. That was such a good line. So then Comedy Ann shows up and then like the waiter says something like, "Oh, the pumpkin muffins are delicious. I highly recommend them." And Wildcard is like, "Did he just say pumpkin to me? I can't handle this. We're going somewhere else."
What?
Like the restaurant's too fancy for him, so he just goes to like a fucking diner.
That's so funny. Did he just say pumpkin to me?
Yeah.
I was like, is that like a trigger word or something?
No.
Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, so the restaurant's like way too fancy for this guy. So they decide to like go to like a burger joint kind of restaurant, you know?
Okay.
And Wildcard orders beers for everyone.
Oh my God.
Everyone gets some beer. Meanwhile, the writing crew talks about how they don't want to work with Wildcard. But Dude Bro has like this whole thing where he
Dude Bro?
likes Dude Bro Neckbeard.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, has this
elaborating.
has this whole thing where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm really a big fan of his work," and then they do like a parody of like Medea.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, a good way to describe Wildcard is like a Tyler Perry type,
Okay.
only a lot crazier.
Awesome.
Yeah. So where was I?
They do a Medea.
Oh yes, the writing
do a
crew.
Medea.
Yeah, the Wildcard with Comedy Ann at the burger joint. Wildcard's like, "I'm ready to join the show," even though Comedy Ann is trying desperately to get him to not join the show.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm ready to take my message to the big screen," or something like that. And he's just like spouting off conspiracies and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then they go to a strip club, and Comedy Ann is displeased with this.
Oh my God.
Because he like Wildcard was supposed to drive her back to the studio to like make a stop.
Just make a stop at the strip club.
So she calls to get a ride back to the show, and Chippy, I love Chippy, tells her that Fat Cat has taken the reins on the show. He like came downstairs and is like directing everything because she's not there, and that he also fired Bald Man.
Oh.
Yeah. Suddenly she's ready to tell off Fat Cat and quit her job right to his face.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So at the show, Regina George has to do the cat scene even though she thought it would be cut, and she hates animals.
Oh no.
She hates animals. I wrote, "Uh-oh, Comedy Ann needs to come back and fix everything, but is stuck at the strip club." So eventually she convinces Wildcard to like get in the car and drive to the studio, and Chippy has Bald Man on the line, and he's like, "Listen, you really shouldn't quit this job just because I got fired. It's whatever. And she's like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick it to this guy. So then she finds out that the cat lady sketch is still going on. And Regina George literally gets mauled by a cat. So to stop the sketch from continuing, Wildcard gets on stage and monologues nonsense for 2 minutes.
Nice.
At the end of the episode, Comedy Ann, instead of quitting, negotiates a settlement with Fat Cat. I keep calling him Big Cat. Regina George keeps her job as the star of the show. Wildcard is on it, though.
Okay.
Bald Man gets his job back, and the writers get a coffee machine.
Nice.
And that's episode 1.
Of something. Okay.
Yes.
I have 2 things in my head. One, I don't know the name of the show.
Okay.
Okay. Was this written by a wonderful, wonderful person who is now working on something on Adult Swim?
It's working on something on Adult Swim?
I think one of the writers, not from the on
Oh,
the show,
I don't-
but of the actual show.
I don't know.
Is it Community?
No, it's not Community.
Oh, I was thinking about Dan Harmon's wrote that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel like it's the one girl has curly hair and no.
I don't think so.
Is it still on TV?
No.
Oh, okay, then it's not the other show that I couldn't think of the name of, which then I could search up.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mentioned SNL. Lorne Michaels is also a producer on this show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's got SNL alums on it.
Oh, cool. Is Bill Hader the one that...
Bill Hader's not on the show.
I was like, can you imagine it was Bill Hader the whole time?
Yeah.
Even though he reminds me of Bill Hader, because
No.
he is Bill Hader.
A very influential Weekend Update actress is Comedy Ann.
Tina Fey?
Yes.
30 Rock?
It's 30 Rock!
What? Oh, Alec Baldwin?
Yeah,
Who's
Alec Baldwin.
is-
He's Fat Cat.
Fat Cat? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he
Okay,
does
Alec
it
Baldwin.
very well.
Who else is on that show?
Jane Krakowski.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's
Unbreakable
Regina
Kimmy
George.
Schmidt.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to... What's the name of that show?
I don't know. Don't look it up right now.
Well, I already have the name of your show. Okay, well, yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
I'll put that at the end so that other people know what I was thinking of.
Okay.
At the end, I'll get it.
Yes.
Okay. Ready for me?
Always ready for you, baby.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting mix. Oh.
Hey, I just want to say that
this is going to be a great mix.
hate what I just said to you.
What?
I said always ready for you, baby.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I'm glad you didn't notice.
Okay.
I'm glad I pointed it out to you.
Mine is kind of like a reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we're gonna start this off.
Kind of like a reality TV show.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like framed like one?
No.
Okay,
It's
then just go for it.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it. So, I don't know how to word this without giving it away. So we start off with Crazy. So our main character is Crazy.
Crazy.
Our main character is Crazy, but awesome.
Okay.
And she's really, really dedicated to her job.
Okay.
You already know what it is.
All
I'm
right.
so upset you already know. There's no way to say, the plot of this episode without completely giving... You already know what the show is, but I'm gonna...
I mean, there's a chance that I don't know what the show
no,
is.
you know what the show is, so I'm just
There's
gonna...
a small chance. Just
I'm gonna go on.
Let's
So,
go.
she really likes her job.
Does she now?
She's very dedicated. She talks to the crew of the people recording, and tells them her strong belief in what she does. One of my favorite lines
Okay.
is I think I'm a good debater. I'm a master debater.
Yes.
Great line.
Yeah.
Good. So then she goes on. And she hosts a community outreach public forum.
Oh, it's Community.
Yeah. She hosts a Crazy hosts a community outreach program, along with her helper, whom I'm going to name.
Just give him
I'm
a
gonna
name.
name him Millennial.
Millennial.
He's not a millennial, but he wants to be one.
Yeah.
I almost said her name, which, you already know what it is, so,
Whose name? Crazy?
yeah, I almost said her name. Crazy is very enthusiastic, despite the low turnout and, angry complaints. Everyone's just yelling at her, but she describes it as people caring loudly at me.
Uh-huh.
So of course I love her. Then, local nurse,
Local nurse.
the finger guns! He's not even in the pilot!
I know.
Local nurse. Her
Local
name is
nurse?
gonna be local nurse just because you did that.
Uh-huh.
Like her name. So local nurse complains about a giant pit outside her house in which
the pit.
in which her boyfriend Dino fell into.
Dino fell in it, the pit.
So Dino fell in the pit. Dino was only supposed to be in one episode, much like Urkel, but then
Much like Urkel.
stole the show.
In the classic Urkel fashion.
Well, yeah, he was only supposed to be in
I
the
know,
first
yeah,
episode, and
yeah.
then everyone loved him so much,
Mm-hmm.
which also happened with Dino. So he broke both his legs after falling into the pit. And so local nurse demands that something needs to be done. So Crazy is inspired by the challenge and makes a pinky promise that she will fill in the pit
Forgot about that.
and build a park on the land. So, Crazy seeks advice from a city planner, whom I'm gonna name Hard Eyes, because I'm also Hard Eyes over him. Everyone was Hard Eyes over him, and I get it. He was a little bit cynical, and...
I don't like him.
No. Really?
I'll keep my opinions to myself. Just continue.
We'll talk about it after.
Yes. We'll talk a lot about my
I
blanks
get
and blank
reasons.
opinions.
Okay, well, so city planner Hard Eyes feels the project would be, practically impossible, because, the government doesn't want them to do it, I guess, and, but Crazy wants to do it, so she tells the documentary crew that her and Hard Eyes made love 5 years ago, but Hard Eyes only vaguely recalls the encounter.
That's fantastic.
So, Crazy, millennial, and uninterested intern, whom I will name Wednesday.
Okay.
She reminds me so much of Wednesday Addams. So,
Yes.
she's Wednesday. They visit local intern. They visit local nurse and Dino, who they describe as a lazy and demanding musician whom she's forced to wait on and support financially. But, he comes around. I've watched the whole series, so.
Yes.
Afterward,
I also have.
Crazy and local nurse visit the pit. And,
The pit.
And then my favorite scene of the whole freaking show is when Crazy falls in the pit.
Yes. She fell in it, the pit.
It's so funny. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get into the show when, I first watched it.
Yeah.
But then she fell in the pit, and I was like, I love this. She falls, and it's great. Wednesday and Millennial make fun of her. And then, local nurse provides medical care, and then afterwards, Crazy leaves, and, local nurse tells the documentary crew that she's a little doofy, but she's sweet. And sometime later, Crazy asks her boss, Mustache, for permission to form a committee for the pit project. He refuses, but then eventually agrees to consider it so that she'll leave his office. He doesn't agree to it, but he's like, I'll agree to consider it.
Yes.
And he's just the best.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much.
Yeah, a good character.
There's also a character in the show who's really funny that he's, like, not even on here, but he's in it. Who I'm gonna name Lenny. They all give him different names anyway.
He's not in the first?
He is, but he's not on the Wikipedia for it, which is really funny to me. Because it's just such a, like, Lenny thing that, like, he would not be considered at all.
Yeah.
I love when they just changed his name the first time, and I was like, what? And then, yeah, so they just...
Yeah.
He's got a great life. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He has a wonderful life. Anyway.
So, It's a Wonderful Life, starring Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You got it. So Crazy pesters Mustache. I feel like I've already named someone Mustache. I did.
Yeah,
He was
you
in
did.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Well, he's even more of Mustache.
Uh-huh.
He's got a better mustache.
Yeah. Than Cleveland does.
Yeah. Yeah. So she pesters Mustache about the project, but he refuses to commit. So then Millennial and Wednesday continue to make fun of Crazy, much to the displeasure of Hard Eyes. So Hard Eyes tells the documentary crew that he's impressed with, like, that Crazy has maintained her optimism and, so he secretly asks Mustache to give her the park project. And he says doing so would return a favor that Mustache owes him for unspecified reasons. And I don't think it's ever specified.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
So, good stuff.
Is that it?
No.
Oh.
Because this is when it gets really good. So Crazy and Local Nurse are, like, super excited about the new, subcommittee. And the department celebrates by getting drunk.
Yes.
So, despite her skepticism about politics and government, a drunken local nurse pledges to do whatever it takes to help get the pit filled in, even if it takes 2 months. Which it takes way longer.
Yeah.
So the episode ends with Mustache explaining to the documentary crew how he makes his office as uninviting as possible. And that's the wonderful show.
Parks and Recreation.
Yes, I was going to say called The Office.
I was going to guess The Office as a goof, but I forgot.
So, the only, like, picture that it has for the pilot on Wikipedia is the picture of the pit. And it's my favorite thing.
It's a very good picture of the pit.
It's a great picture. It's Anne looking over. Yeah, and it's the main plot line for the first season and the second season.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they fill it in until the third season, and then they make a park, and that's when Chris Traeger's there and stuff. With
yes.
Ann Perkins. Local nurse.
Mark Brandanowitz is Hard Eyes.
Love him.
He's only there for the first season, right? And then he Mark Brandana quits.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, I was happy that they kept Chris Pratt over him. I didn't like Mark. I thought he was boring and uninteresting.
I liked him. Because, like, even though he, like, didn't have feelings for Leslie back, he, like, I don't know, he was still, like, kind to her and, like, still stood up for her when, like, everyone made fun of her and stuff.
Yeah, he was, but, like, he was also boring.
Yeah.
He was very boring is the problem with the character.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't... because he was only there for the first season, or I think he was in the second season, too. I don't know.
Whenever
he
left.
really didn't have, like, a character arc.
No. He was just, hi, I'm the city planner, Mark.
I don't want to work in the little cafeteria area.
That was literally so quiet. I don't know if the mic picked
I don't know.
it up.
I don't know if it did. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it didn't. Anyway, that's Parks and Rec is a good show.
It's a great show.
I love that you picked my favorite television program of all time.
But you know what makes me really happy?
What?
Is that we have both Tina Fey and Amy Poehler for
Yeah.
our show. That's why when you said, I was like, oh, this is going to be so good.
Leslie Knope meets Liz Lemon.
Oh my god, it's people would pay so much money to watch a crossover of Parks and Rec and 30 Rock.
Yeah, really.
Leslie Knope goes off to New York to work on a big park
Central Park.
To work to work on Central Park. Yes.
Yes.
Because I mean, she does end up working for like the planners of like, I don't want
Like
to spoil,
national
like
par-
yeah, I don't want
Oh,
to spoil.
yeah, well-
but she like goes on to work for like national parks and stuff.
Yes,
Which is
yeah.
awesome.
Well, we said spoil there,
Yeah,
so people would
spoilers.
know.
I'm very upset that my favorite character did not come into the first episode.
Donna?
No, Donna was in the first episode, I think.
Oh. Craig?
No, Craig's not there, but I love Craig. But my favorite character, Sean Ralphio.
Yeah. Sean Ralphio
That was
is good.
hilarious.
Hilarious. All right.
God, I love Sean Ralphio.
Okay.
Oh, he should be Hard Eyes.
All right.
He's dumb
He is.
and he's
He
a
is
jerk.
Hard Eyes.
But he treated what not once. I don't need to say Wednesday anymore. He treated April good for that 2 seconds that they were together.
Yeah, I guess.
As douchey as he is.
Yeah. So I think that Jean Ralphio and Tracy Jordan would get along.
Would they?
Yeah.
Is she
No,
the Regina
Tracy.
George?
What?
Is she the Regina George?
No, Tracy Jordan is wild card.
Oh, okay.
Tracy Jordan.
What?
Actually,
Tracy Jordan's not a guy?
No, Tracy Jordan. No, Tracy Jordan is a guy.
Okay, because you said, I think they... Oh, for some reason... No, okay. When you said they'd get along, I thought you said she...
No.
No.
I think
Who
actually
played Tracy Jordan?
Tracy Morgan.
That's really funny.
Yes.
That's really funny.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
they'd
actually,
get along.
no, I actually think that Tracy Jordan would hate John Ralphio.
Who doesn't? Besides Tom.
No, but
Literally everyone
I actually
Ben, like, would go crazy.
I actually think that Tracy Jordan would like try to kill John Ralphio.
That'd be fun to watch.
Yes. I want to see an interaction between. Oh, Chippy is Kenneth.
I haven't seen 30 Rock.
God, Kenneth is just such a good
Who
character.
plays Kenneth?
I don't know the guy's name, but God, he's so good. Like, there's one line somewhere in the series where he's like, "I don't drink hot things. That's the devil's temperature."
Is he's Chippy?
Chippy, yeah.
Oh, Jack McBrayer.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
He's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
like breakout role. I love that guy.
Yeah.
So I want to see an interaction between him and Ron Swanson for sure.
Yeah.
Where,
Oh,
where
yeah.
he's just like, oh, sir, I love parks.
Yeah.
And Ron's like, please leave my
Yeah.
office.
Ron just... he's so wonderful.
Yeah.
He's got great character development.
Uh-huh.
The show
for sure.
did really good with that. But
Yeah.
we're only talking about pilots. So,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Shouldn't-
Pilot
it's,
episode of our two shows together. I mean, I do like Leslie taking her whole parks department to work on Central Park.
Uh-huh.
There's some kind of festival going up there, and she's been appointed with getting it all together.
Yeah.
God, okay. Andy Dwyer is going to get along so well with the 30 Rock writing team. I'm getting off track again. What's the plot of this episode going to be?
I'm just trying to think.
How does Leslie Knope meet Liz Lemon?
Well, they go to work on Central Park,
Yeah.
and maybe... Well, because... Alright, so... Parks and Rec is a documentary.
Yeah.
They're being recorded.
Yes.
So, in this crossover, 30 Rock, like, those characters would see that, like, this was being recorded. So maybe,
Yeah.
like, they have, like, it's on the
Maybe
same
it's on the
TV
same
company.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, they're on the same channel or something, and, like...
So, like, the Parks and Rec documentary is going up right after the Girly Show, which I think was the name of Liz Lemon's show. Which, like, not a great name.
Yeah.
The Girly Show.
Yeah. The girly show.
Yeah.
Huh.
But, okay, same channel. Leslie Knope walks into the studio one day, probably just to, like...
So I figured out the name of the show that I thought your show was is Broad City.
Broad City. Oh,
I thought that's what you were talking
I've
about.
actually wanted to watch that show for a very long time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's coming back. It's apparently really good. So when
Yeah.
you said like New York and then you said like the two girls, I was thinking of them. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So Leslie Knope goes into the TV studio.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Oh my God. That would be so funny too.
Probably
and
because
Tom trying to like flirt.
Tom's
you know?
gonna flirt with Regina George, whose actual name I've forgotten.
That's funny.
Yeah, I forgot what her character's name is. But Tom's gonna definitely do some flirting with her. Mm-hmm. Just because he's into it. So Leslie Knope goes in to complain about something with a documentary. I don't know.
Yeah, or she like goes to like, I don't know.
Because I want a scene where like her and Ron have to go in and talk to Alec Baldwin.
I would pay money
Yeah.
to see Ron and Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
Character like.
Yeah.
I would
Jack
pay
Donaghy.
money-
Jack Donaghy is his
I
name.
would pay money just to see like Ron and actual Alec Baldwin talk to each
Yes.
other. Like,
Okay, so I think that's the opening scene of the show is that Leslie's upset with something that's going on with the documentary.
yeah, or something's not
And-
going right.
Grabs Ron to be her number 2. And then they try to go up to Jack Donaghy's office, and he just kind of scoffs at them and laughs them off, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You're just a documentary. You're here for what, a week tops? I'll see you later."
Yeah.
And then on her way back down, Leslie Knope meets Liz Lemon, and they are just instant friends because like feminists,
Yeah.
like they would get along in a,
And I
in
mean,
a
they're
pinch.
Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
That
They're
too.
Best friends.
Yes. But like I feel like they'd have like a nice feminist moment.
yeah. Yeah. Go women moment.
Yeah. Or like, oh, maybe Liz Lemon is like waiting to go in for her meeting, and
Yeah.
like Leslie comes out, and Liz is just like, yelled at you, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
And Leslie's like, yeah, does he do that often? And she's like, every day.
Oh, see, I'm like, because he thinks that they're gonna be there for like a week, but like
They're there for
take
years.
a while, yeah.
It's like a Parks and Rec length.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else can we do here? Andy Dwyer with the writing team, definitely for sure.
Yeah. He's interesting.
Yeah, he would, cause like he's kind of the stoner type too, right? Like
Well, he doesn't.
He would-
He doesn't smoke weed.
he doesn't, but like
But
he's kind of the
he's
type.
that type.
He
He's
would
like,
get along.
"Yeah,
He would get
dude."
along with neckbeard dude, bro.
Would he?
Yeah, definitely for sure.
He's just.
Well, like Harvard
I
man,
love him.
Harvard man would be like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God! Speaking of
Speaking,
sad news, Chris Pratt and Anna Faris.
I know.
are
I was gonna
splitting
tell
up.
you.
No hope for love anymore.
Yeah.
Like what the heck?
Thanks for Celebrity Gossip Corner with Lindsay Dress.
But Chris Pratt is single, so Chris, if you're listening, Prattster,
At Pratt on Twitter.
Pratt, I'm sure you can get my number from these automated voice message people. I'm sure they'll give it out to you.
Lindsay's been constantly getting calls from
For
like
some
robots.
reason.
Yeah.
And then now I'm talking to actual people who are trying to scam me. And
They think you own a house.
well, that wasn't like people trying to scam me. The other one was just like, "Oh, I'm from your local TV company." And I was like,
Yeah.
your local TV company, really?"
Wow.
So, I don't
All
know.
right. But yeah, anyway.
Call me Pratt. Call me Dino. The reason his name is because Jurassic
Cuz he likes
Park.
yeah.
This dinosaur.
And also he likes dinosaurs.
Yeah, but
Like as
it
that
was-
character likes
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
but like I did it because Jurassic Park.
All right, we're losing the plot here. Let's go. So Chris Pratt is gonna, Andy Dwyer is gonna hang out with the writing team, probably give him some good sketch ideas. They're gonna hire him as a musician on the show.
Johnny
they're gonna give
Karate!
Johnny Karate a sketch on the show.
Because
Yes.
he already had his show.
Yeah,
He had a
exactly.
show.
Exactly. And like April is
Johnny
also gonna be there,
Karate.
and I feel like she's gonna be cynical and talk to the Harvard guy, and like they're gonna like get it on, not get it on. I was gonna, I meant to say hit it off.
Get along.
Get along and hit it off. Yes.
They're gonna get it off.
No, she wouldn't cheat on Andy.
No. Who would?
All right, but now the plot of this is just like Amy Poehler and Tina Fey
And their
trying to help
well,
each
Tina
other.
Fey was on an episode of Parks and Rec too, where she was her therapist.
That's true, yeah.
So there could be jokes about that, where she's like, "Oh, you look a lot like my therapist."
But I think it's gonna be like a thing where like every other episode we like switch between like the Parks cast and the 30 Rock cast, and it's like
those
the casts like coming together to like help the other one with their problems.
And it would be really cool to see it like in like the different styles too, or like 30 Rock is like an actual show, so like one day like you get like the actual show, but then also the next time you get
next
like a
time
Parks
you see
and
the
Rec,
30
like a documentary.
next time you see the 30 Rock characters, there's like documentary cutaways.
Yeah.
And like Alec Baldwin's like, what is this? I don't have time for this.
It would be really funny if they also like during 30 Rock you could like see the camera crew and stuff like that.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
It's, like, the stuff that they see. So like from the different point of views.
Yeah,
it'd
just
be really
like switch
cool.
it off every episode or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
30 Parks.
30 Parks.
Parks and Rocks. Wait, Parks and Rocks actually works very well.
Parks and Rocks. Oh, that's so funny.
Parks and Rocks kind of works.
Yeah, I like it. It's funny.
Let's go with something better.
Parks and Rocks. I was gonna say it too, like
Parks and Rocks.
The Adventures of Liz and Leslie.
Like we could do like a Laverne and Shirley type thing with Liz and Leslie. Nope and Lemon.
Nope and Lemon.
The Misadventures of Nope and Lemon.
I love that. I don't know about the Misadventures.
Nope meets Lemon.
Nope and Lemon. Oh, that's funny.
Nope and Lemon.
Nope and Lemon.
Liz and Leslie kind of slides off the tongue better though.
Liz and Leslie.
Liz and Leslie. That's the name of our show.
Liz and Leslie.
Liz and Leslie.
Hire us, writing crews.
All we do is just
hire us, Dan Harmon. You had nothing to do with this.
Hey, I love Harmon Quest.
Yeah, watched the new episode of Rick and Morty last night. Good-ish. Good-ish. Not good-ish.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to say like
ish.
Like it was kind of good, so
no,
like it was good-ish,
great,
but it was
like,
good shit is
yeah,
what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, not good-ish, good-ish.
Yes, okay. Just say shit
Great
on our show. Just say shit on our show, Lindsay. Just do it.
This isn't a shit show, Calvin.
All right, so Liz and Leslie, cut, print, get the scripts going.
Next week, my pilot's gonna be Nay's Anatomy, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be watching it.
Mine's gonna be
Cleveland
Unlimited. Yeah, I was gonna say like Chicago. I forgot what it was.
I'm just gonna Chicago PD. Just gonna watch that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
Lindsay, I think that we landed this plane.
We did.
That's our show, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Oh, wait, before we say bye-bye, I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something interesting. I wanted to
I have no idea what this is.
I wanted to do like shout outs to people who have been checking out the show.
Ooh.
Many thanks to Jamie, who left a comment on our first episode.
Jamie.
Hope you're still listening, Jamie. Cal and Teddy. Gotta love them. They always like our posts.
I'm such a fan of you guys.
So yeah,
really
Cal
cool
and Teddy do our. I guess I want to call it our sister podcast, but I haven't like discussed that with them. It's called No Spoilers. You can listen to it on Bandcamp. It's hilarious.
It's great.
Go listen. They review movies they haven't seen. Go check out No Spoilers on Bandcamp. So big thanks to Cal and Teddy, Filkin.
No spoilers. In the pit.
Many. One more. How about Anna Galvez, who purchased this microphone for me so that we could actually do this. Yeah, all right.
Everyone's getting a song of their names.
I think that we should just do this at the end of every week.
Yeah, give some shout-outs.
It'll get audience engagement up. Yeah,
thanks,
so
Scrappy-Doo.
that sounded nothing like
I
Scrappy-Doo.
know.
Leave a like or a comment. Maybe you'll get a shout out on the next episode. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Hey,
leave us some comments. We love reading them.
Didn't we say that like this podcast was gonna like start being pay to listen after week 3?
No.
I think we said that
We
at some
joked
point.
about it, but I wasn't
whatever.
serious.
Whatever.
Don't pay.
Yeah. Or pay. But don't pay.
Then literally nobody would listen. It would be us.
All right.
I wouldn't pay.
Well, Lindsay, the plane has landed.
Now it's landed. Went
Thanks.
back up for a little. Landed again.
We hit some turbulence right at the end there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Tom. I was looking for the homeowner of here for sale.
I don't know why. You have the wrong number. Somebody always keeps calling me. Sorry, it's not my house.
The only one. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anything associated to do with that address?
No, I don't know why.
She's 19 years old.
I'm 19. I don't own property. So many people are calling me. I'm sorry. I don't.
For some reason, I don't know why, but I'm a real estate agent, and so I use a software that generates phone numbers.
Yeah.
Things that have expired.
I keep
For
getting
some
called
reason-
for that place, but
Exactly,
yeah.
For some reason, it's listing your phone number as a contact for that house.
That's so funny. I guess whoever owns the house put the wrong number down, but that's so funny. Yeah, I keep getting those calls.
Yeah, I apologize about that.
Oh, it's fine. No problem.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye. I thought it was going to be one of the not that, like, the automated.
Yeah.
But I keep getting, I don't own a house.
No, you don't.
Somebody put down the wrong number.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
Yeah.
He was nice. I thought it was going to be automated, so
Yeah.
that was a nice little... That's 2 calls.